You can have the best aim in this game, you can have the best jukes in this game, but the player who stands on more solid ground is going to be the one who generally comes out on top. It happens to the best of us.
At the moment. In to win the dispersal, the push.
And it happens to the rest of us. There are three kinds of positions in Smite. There is a good one, which gives you an advantage. There is a bad one, which gives the enemy an advantage. And there is a neutral one, which offers no advantage to any player. Good positioning in the early game for a duo laner is defined by how well you can farm from that position. You gotta get that gold and farm from the minions. You can't just stand there like, oh no, 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 I'm shy, no. And when the timers come off cooldown, you gotta be able to grab those buff camps. However, it is also defined by how safe it is. Supports will stand closer to the minions, closer to the enemies, and closer to the jungle side of the lane. Hunters stand behind the support, but closer to the wall side. That makes it so the support can tank the aggro from the minions, from the enemies, and the jungler in case they come in for a gank. And then finally, how well you can engage from that position. Bad positioning is a little more obvious. You're probably far from farm if you're behind in levels and XP. If you see that gray screen a little too much, you know the one with the countdown time. I know you know it. It means you're defending or aggressing from a really bad spot. But what catches many people off guard is the flow of positioning and the change in the tides. You're not noticing all the small changes, the build up, and by the time you do notice it is when it's already too late. It's come crashing down on you. Achilles now is going to stand in the exact same spot he stood for the first wave. It worked the first time, it should work the second, right? If it ain't fixed, don't broke it. And even though Guan Yu has a glowing purple hula hoop around his waist, Achilles doesn't realize we got farmed from the first purple buff, we got farmed from the first wave, and that means in this season, 3 more creeps, we hit level 2, and I am Chiron. Not to mention, we're kinda already clearing the creeps by the time he shows up. Like, how disrespectful can you be? If you're trying to get all up in their business in the early game, you need to press the advantage by pushing forward your minions. Kill theirs, yours go forward, you can move forward alongside them. Maybe they have too much pressure though. Then you need to plan to play from behind. Planning is key. If you don't plan, that's how you fall behind. There's a difference. Minions naturally meet up in the middle of the lane, but if you're getting out pressured, you want to play it safe and you want to play it efficiently close to your farm. So what you want to do is plan ahead, let your minions die, then hold their minions from going into the tower until the next wave arrives. You can just stall the wave here. Last hit or don't touch it at all. And that's everything on the checklist. It's safe, it's close to your farm. If the other guy wants farm, they gotta step way out of range, way out of the safety of like their tower. And your minions are dying, meaning they're not getting farm. Another thing people don't think about is characters in relation to their surrounding and how they fight. That's more for the support. Some damage you can block on first instant. It stops on the first god hit. Think of Neath Arrow. You can take those, you can tank those. You wanna be close to your ADC, you wanna be close to your teammates for that. Some damage you can't stop. Think Poseidon. He's gonna go through every single one of you. All that's gonna happen is you get crowd controlled too, you get damaged as well. That makes it harder for you to help out your team. And some positioning won't kill you, but can cause trouble for your teammates. Think Zeus Chain Lightning, think Cupid Heart Bomb, think Ring Toss from Naja. That one you have to be more dynamic about where you're standing. Once Zeus's Chain Lightning is down, then you can jump in with your teammate. Once Ring Toss is down, then you can all combine together. But not until then. Think about the abilities. It's a fun one for you, kind of rare, but I don't think people think about it enough, especially early to mid game. Gold Fury hits hard. If you have bad positioning and you have nothing left to do, this is your last stand zone. Go to the Gold Fury, try your best to not hit it. If the other team hits it, well, they're going to be in trouble the longer they stay in there. Makes for some fun turnarounds. It's a creative use of the environment. If you have a jump, you can just kind of stall there so you can jump out the other side. It's crazy. And to make the most out of your positioning, you need to hold on to your outs. And by outs, it's quite literally a way out. Relics are great as an out. Ults are great as an out. Abilities that put the characters away from you, say On Her can impale someone away or they can jump away themselves, are great for outs, but some of you use them way too often. This Ull's been playing panicky and scared all game. Even when he's pressing forward, he's scared and panicky. And let me tell you, all those players play the exact same way. They're going to take some damage, they're going to get crowd controlled, they're going to beads and jump away instantly. It's so obvious that I throw my ult out before he jumps and he lands into it. The correct play was to beads first, he got that part right, and then uses 2 for the increased movement speed, run out as fast as he can, and then if any damage was to come down on him, he can jump away. Don't rely on your escapes to fix poor positioning. Position better, because if not, someone who knows what you're going to do is going to counter that option, and now you're in a worse place than you were before. This just speaks to how strong good positioning is. Even though my aim went to potato, I still got the kill. Ew, that's actually kind of hard to watch. I think the 5 good brain cells I had exploded catching that dash, and then I just held down left mouse button. There are 2 final things that give context to your positioning, and those are the state of the map and the game timer. But that seeps too far into map awareness, and I want that to be its own thing, so that's going to be in the next educational video that I do. If you haven't noticed, I do an educational video and then a fun video on this channel, and I alternate the two. It keeps it fresh and it keeps it fun for me, and I hope it keeps you around.